Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Let me explain a little bit about my lesson that you have seen so far. So basically the topic of the lesson was network topologies, and lesson was basically divided on 5 steps. Lesson originally planned for grade 11s. The first stage was called warm-up activity, word search game. So students were given a special small piece of papers with the words they need to find, the keywords. And after this activity, there was a question, what is the topic of the lesson? So students can easily identify the topic using these keywords, so it was just for warm-up. Second section was called main activity. So students were given a piece of paper with information. They read this information and talk to each other, explain each other about different type of topologies. And after this, they have a general idea how many topologies are, where the pros and cons. And finally, they were given the special cards, special words. It was the third stage of the lesson. I call it demonstration part. So in this section, students explain each other. So they collaborate with each other actually. Each of them have a special 2 or more, maybe 1 card, and they need to construct the topology. Basically, most of the students will succeed with this part of the lesson, and I think it was very good for them because it was a part of collaboration. The fourth step, I show the video for students, like animation, explain different type of topologies with some nice examples and with some funny things. Finally, there were 6 questions for students. I nominated different students from different levels and abilities, and most of them give a right answer for that. It means that the most of the lesson was very clear and students find it very interesting. And the last part was plenary. Actually, plenary, I just made true or false statements, and students should give a right answer, say true or not for each of these statements. So I think it's very interesting for students of that level. Well, students, let me start the lesson. So at the very beginning of the lesson, let's start this word search game. Simple activity, you know how to find words, and the first person who finds all the words is the winner. Okay, finished, students?
Yes.
Okay, we have a winner. Winner is Alisher. So, students, general question to the class. What is the topic of the lesson? Looking on these keywords. Topologies, yeah, it's easy because it's named topologies, yeah? Very plain. Okay, let me show you learning objectives on the board. So, lesson objectives are know different types of topologies, know the purpose of network, and know the pros and cons of different networks and topologies as well. Okay? Success criteria. You should know the definitions for topologies, so you should know different types of topologies. You can explain the purpose of each in different situations with given examples, and you can identify advantages and disadvantages of each of these topologies in comparing with each other. Okay? Any questions so far? Any questions? So the question is, in this list of words that you have on your tables, are there any unfamiliar words for you? Or maybe something that sounds new? Yes. What about terminator?
It's the thing in the...
Now please try.
Maybe in some networks,
okay.
It's the thing in the end of the like network that like
special device.
Special device to be aware of like duplication of some
data.
Signals, yes, of data, and
absolutely, yeah, that's the right answer.
I think so.
Terminator is a device that carry out the signals. Okay, good. So students, now at this moment, if you know all these words, let's start the main activity of the lesson. So I would like to split the class into 3 groups as you are sitting now. So you 3, one group, you 3, second group, and you 3, group number 3, okay? So what you should do in the groups, I'm gonna give you a piece of text per each group, okay? One piece of text per each person. And the aim of this activity is first read the text carefully and then explain to your partners, to your group mates, what you have on your list, okay? For key information, let me show you all the activities here, instructions, okay? Please. You can start now. First read, then explain. Easy. Okay, once you finish, you can discuss these things with your partners, okay? Please start now.
My type of topology is the bus network. Bus network is when workstations, computers, and all servers, printers are linked, are interrelated between and with one cable. It calls the bus, and there are some advantages of it. So it is easy to install.
Second one is it is cheap to install because it doesn't require much cables. Disadvantages: first one is the main cable fails or gets damaged.
Data will transfer very quickly.
Okay, I have the bus network. It's a network that in the base of this network is bus. It's like the main thing that connects.
Okay, students, eyes on me, please, looking for me. So students, now you finished reading the text and explaining to each other all the things. Next activity is demonstrating. Now I'm going to check your knowledge. How much do you appreciate and understand all the things, okay? So for each group I'm going to give a special cards with special roles, okay, for each person. And your aim is, as a group, come here in the middle of this room, okay, and to present what topology you are and explain to the class all the details. Okay? Easy? Yes. Okay, please, let's say 30 seconds to thinking and then demonstrating one by one, please. Yes. No. You have 4 cards, 3 people. You can say Okay, once the group is ready, please come here.
Любой девайс на workstation. It can be
Вот это будет посередине.
But do we need internet connection for printer? No. So it can be bus which connected to the other devices.
All the devices form the link of the signal that travel around.
Each packet.
Вот так. Нет.
Нет.
So please students, we have the first group ready. Plus, please, this group I invite you here. Please take a piece of card or maybe 2 cards and demonstrate the topology. Oh, this is it. Okay? Ready? Please attention.
So our topology is
star topology because we have the one router which gives all the data and connection between several workstations, and also there can be other devices like printer to be connected to the router, so that the main data and the internet connection comes from the router to every separate device.
Exactly. So students, any questions so far to this group? No. Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Take your seat. Okay, next group, please.
This one.
Okay, this is a problem. What's your role?
We think that our type of topology is bus network because in this network we have some workstations that are joined on one cable, and there is one terminator is fitted to start reflecting some signals.
Well,
so we think that we have bus network.
yeah, exactly. This is bus topology. But students, are you okay with this configuration?
Yes. Now, yes.
I think we are missing something. Okay.
Yeah, the second terminator.
Yeah. So if you are talking about the bus topology, we have two terminators on both sides. Okay, at the end and at the beginning. So this the bus topology. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. And the last group, you guys have choice. That's why you are working. The last topology that you know.
We have the ring network.
Okay.
Ring network means that each device connects with two other devices with workstations, and the data or information is transferred in one direction in a circle.
Exactly.
And main advantages of this bus network is easy to install, and it's very cheap. But we have one disadvantage that if our cable will fall, all the network will fail.
Will fail. Exactly, yeah, because it's a ring, yeah, isn't it? Okay, thank you very much, students. It was a perfect, brilliant answer. So, now let me show you a video to consolidate your knowledge and to understand generally the topology of the term. So, ready? Yeah,
A network is two or more linked computers. There are two types. The first, a local area network, is, well, local users. It covers one site, which could be more than one building, like a school or a college campus. A wide area network, on the other hand, covers a much larger area and is usually made of two or more LANs. Wow, that is a wide area. Using networks can make life easier in loads of ways. You can share devices like printers. Buy software licenses in bulk and save money. And easily share files between users. Like these four, working together in harmony. Sharing is beautiful, but networks do have some disadvantages. Cable and file servers can cost a leg. Of course, you can also use a company credit card. Managing a large network is a tough job. He'll need to be at the top of his game, and for that, he needs training. Click and shake the mouse to get him into shape. But even with training, I doubt he'll manage on his own. No, he'll need to get a network manager. He's also going to have to think about network security and virus protection. Because everything is linked, viruses can spread quickly through a network. Right, let's talk topologies, the way computers are connected to a network. There are three main types: bus, ring, and star. Next up, the bus network. Here, all the workstations, servers and printers are joined to one cable called the bus. Bus networks are easy and cheap to install as they don't require too much cable. But it's not all good news. The more workstations on the bus, the slower it goes. And the increased data traffic also leads to data collisions. these robots get together and form a ring network. In a ring network, data travels in one direction, passing through each machine until it reaches its destination device. On Tuesdays, they play bridge. Click the flashing robots to start the data transfer. Data transfer is always quick in a ring network, whatever its size, because there can't be any data collisions. On the downside, if the main cable fails, a device is faulty, or someone pours water on the robot and the whole network crashes. Finally, star networks. In one of these, each device has its own cable that connects it to either a central switch or a hub. A hub sends every packet of data to every device, whereas a switch only sends a packet of data to a single device by rocket. Alright, not by rocket, but star networks are still the most reliable network topology. Click on a move to see why. You see, even if one part is hit by a meteor, all the others continue to work. The downside of the star network is the amount of cable it uses. Cable is expensive, which means the costs could be, wait for it, astronomical. Thanks very much, Mayor Almighty. Now, time for a refresh. LANs and WANs are the two types of network. A bus network is the cheapest, but if the bus is damaged, then everything will fail. A ring network avoids data collisions, but if any device fails, then everything else will too. A star network is the most expensive, as it uses the most cable, but if one component fails, then the rest can continue to operate. Okay, I think that's all for now. Time for a test.
Okay, well students, now the test. We have 5 questions and the first person is going to be given an answer is Alisha, okay? Alisha, a question for you.
Question 1. What is a network? A. One computer. B. 2 or more computers. Or C. A series of phone lines.
Alisha? Network is
The answer is, what is C?
one computer, 2 or more computers, series of phone lines.
I think the answer is B.
Exactly.
Question 2.
Yeah.
What are the benefits of having a network? A. Sharing printers. B. Security. Or C. It's cheap.
Okay, Diana, so we think it's...
Maybe.
So we are talking about the benefits of the network, yeah? Okay, sharing printers, security, or cheap price? Any guesses? It's cheap, you think, yeah? We can receive this answer, but Alisha, what do you think?
I think
You raise your hand.
it's A.
Sharing printers, Diana?
Maybe.
Okay. Let's say it's cheap. Sharing printers.
Question 3. What is the main problem with large networks? A. Logging on. B. Sharing documents. Or C. Viruses.
Okay. Alejandro, you think it's
C.
C? Viruses, okay. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. Easy question.
Question 4. What are the 3 types of topology? A. LAN, WAN, SAN. B. Plus ring and star. Or C. LAN, ring and star.
Okay, just please.
I think the answer is B.
You think it's B. Can you repeat?
Bus, ring, and star.
Good guess.
Why is a ring network so important? A. High-speed cables. B. Top-of-the-range computers. Or C. Data travels in one direction.
Oh, please, your answer.
C, that goes in one direction.
Okay. What's your question?
Question 6. What does LAN stand for? A. Logical analog network. B. Local access network. Or C. Local area network.
Let's say blue ball, please. LAN stands for.
C.
Oh, please, can you say what it stands for?
Local area network.
Yeah, that's the right answer.
You're right.
5 out of 6. I am impressed. Nice work.
Okay, students, thank you very much. It was very interesting activity. It was very interesting to work with you. Now, let's go back to our presentation. What do we have next? Yeah, next we have all topologies described here. We have actually more than 4 topologies, but the main 4 we discussed today. Yeah, main 3 actually. So now it's time for plenary, okay? We reached the end of the lesson. And so for plenary, any ideas what you're going to do? No, it's not about the practical thing. It's about more about your knowledge, okay? So this activity will work in this way. So I ask you, all of you, close your eyes, okay, and raise your hand up, okay? And I'm gonna read 5 statements. If you think the statement is right, please sum up, okay? Большой палец вверх. If you think the statement is false or wrong, please sum down, okay? If you are not correct, don't worry about this. I'll go to you and change your sum, okay, up and down. Okay, easy. Okay, are you ready? So you should close your eyes and raise your hand up. Please be careful. Can I start? Yes. Okay, let's start with the first statement. A topology is an arrangement of computers in a network. Again, topology is an arrangement of computers in a network. Good. Second statement, students. There are 3 well-known topologies: ring, star, and bus. Okay, good. Third statement, students. Terminator of all network terminating unit cause signal loss. Terminator cause signal loss. Okay, good. Statement number 4. You need a router for constructing a star topology. You need a router to construct a star topology. Good. And the last statement, please be careful. A star topology is the most reliable and the most expensive topology. Star topology is the most reliable and the most expensive topology. Well done, students. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was very easy and interesting to work with you. Any questions so far? No. And I have a question, a simple question. Why I made this activity with you with closing eyes? What was important?
Preventing cheating.
Okay, cheating, probably cheating. Any other ideas?
Test our knowledge.
But why closing eyes?
By this, we can imagine topologies. For example, star it's
Potential think about this, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, good guesses, but actually it was done for students. If we have some students who are very shy or who are afraid of making mistakes, you know, when opening eyes, everyone can see that everyone making mistakes, yeah? You can see people making mistakes. But if you close your eyes, nobody knows what the answer is given the partner, okay? And if I come in and change your answer, okay, that only you knows about this, no one else. So I think if I never came to you and changed your thumb, you give absolutely correct answers, yeah? Okay, students, thank you very much. Thank you for the lesson. That's all. So I would like to say about the lesson that I've done. So I think the lesson was successful because as I saw in the plenary, most of the students give the right answers, and the activity was very good actually, because I asked the students to close their eyes and raise their hand up, and the task was, if it's a true statement, they should put the sum up. If it's false statement, they should put the sum down, and the eyes were closed. And the purpose of this activity is, if you're working with a new class, there are some shy students, and for students that don't want to show their mistakes to the class, we know different type of learners. And this is very good actually, because their eyes are closed and no one worrying about making mistake, because if your eyes are closed, you don't know about this. And for teacher, it's very interesting also, because teacher going around the class and make some changes with students. So if student is wrong, teacher correct him, fix his hand, put his thumb up or down, so no one knows who gives what answer. So I think it's a very useful activity for students. And generally about the lesson, I think lesson was very clear, because students collaborate with each other, students talk. It was more student-centered lesson, I think, and I think you enjoy my lesson. Thank you very much.